So lately, I've been getting a lot of questions regarding trading penny stocks. So I figured I might as well just go ahead and make a video in regards to the questions, and hopefully I can answer pretty much everything that's been asked asked to me. So before I begin, this is just going to be your basic video. So if you really know anything about trading penny stocks, this probably isn't a video for you to watch. But if you don't know anything, well, then it might be something for you to consider watching. It could be of great benefit to you. So penny stocks, by definition, or anything, or any stock under $5. Generally, I like to trade anything that's under a buck, but that's just my trading style. The reason I choose penny stocks is because it's volatile, and by volatile I mean like it can go up really fast, but it can also go down really fast. So you gotta be on your point, and I mean by being on your point, you gotta follow your rules. So you gotta have discipline, and that's the way I like to look at it. Like I feel like trading to me is 80% discipline and 20% luck. It's a lot of discipline. The first thing you need to do when you're starting out, you need to lay your ground rules, and you're not going to really know what those ground rules are until you kind of get a feel for the market. But you need to have something like, okay, I don't want to lose this much on this said stock, blah 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 blah. Or for me, I like to find a support and resistance of a stock on a chart, and that's down the road. It's a little more advanced, but like I said, you'll learn all these things like once you start to get your feet wet. Um, and in my opinion, I think that's the best way to learn is to just get your feet wet, jump in there, and see what you can do with what you got. So that's just a little bit on me. Um, when I'll just go over a few definitions real quick. So the first one is a bid and an ask. So now this is the SPY, which is the ETF for the S&P 500. The bid practically just means that the price that someone is willing to buy a stock at. Now, if the market was open, we'd be seeing this like jumping all over the place because transactions would be going through left and right. But because the market's closed, we're not seeing any movement right now. Then we have the ask, which is the price that someone is willing to sell the stock at. And then we got the volume, which is huge. We got to pay attention to the volume when we're trading because that just tells you where the money is. And volume, by definition, is just the amount of transaction or shares. Sorry, the amount of shares that have traded a hand during the time period, during an underlying time period, which is generally the beginning of the market to the close of the market. So we got volume. I like to pay attention to that because it can kind of just tell you the story. Like it can tell you if a lot of people have faith in it or if not. If there's a high sell volume, if there's a high buy volume, it kind of paints a picture for you. So we'll go to a chart real quick and I'll just kind of put that into perspective. We'll look up Sing, which is a stock that I was trading earlier on in the week. Down here we have the volume bars. All right, so we got this huge run up on the day one of the run, and we got huge volume, almost 80 million shares were traded on this day. Next day we got pretty decent volume, but not as much as the first day. And then as you see, it kind of just drops off. The volume's dropping off, and the stock does the same thing. It just drops off. Now, volume's not always a telltale sign because you can have low volume and the stock can keep going up, or not low volume, but lower volume than previous days. So we'll look at HPCS, which was another huge run. Made a lot of money off this one this week. So we got over 60 million volume on the first day of the run. Next day drops off, volume drops off, still goes up. Next day volume drops off even more, and the stock just keeps going up. I actually got out on this day right here, and yeah, because I thought volume was volume was drying up, so I thought it's probably going to drop off, and it was way overbought. But apparently, I was wrong, and the stock kept going up. And that brings another point. Like you're never always going to be right in the stock market. Like don't beat yourself up over it. It's just going to be how it is. That's the name of the game. So that is that. Now, I always get asked the question like, oh, how much do you need to start trading penny stocks or start trading in general and blah 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 blah. Like, to be honest, it really doesn't take much money, and I set myself this kind of it was a challenge to myself. I started on January 1st, and I started with $350, and I wanted to see what I could turn that money into. So, um, I made my first trade right here. It was actually the day before New Year's, so December 31st. It was in MJNA, medical marijuana. Bought, sold in the next 2 days. Made like a few, like $50, something like that. Then I bought it again. Another. All in all, I made like $95 off the stock. So I turned, in the end, from January 1st to January, was it February? What's the date? Yeah, February 8th. This is my account, just so you guys know. This is the account that I trade with. So January 1st to February 8th, I turned 350, and I've gained from $350. I've gained a total of $1,665, and that's just in a month and a half off of $350. So I mean, it's doable. Like, you can have a low account and make money. It's no problem. And a lot of this money that I made, I was actually in class, so I did it off of a cell phone. So it's not hard. I mean, it's definitely doable. Even in today's day and age, with technology the way it is, it's so easy to just to trade at your fingertips, because it's just right there. Technology is amazing these days, so it makes it awesome. Like I said, I was in a class, and it was just last week. This stock right here, I got in, and I got in for $400. Ended up selling a stock for 14, almost $1,500. So $1,000 gain right there, almost in 2 days. Insane. Uh, insane. So yeah, that's that. And this brings me to another point. You're gonna find what works for you. And for me, I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable with $400 on a stock. So if I feel comfortable risking $400 pretty much, and that comes with any trade. You're gonna find what is comfortable for you. Some people might feel comfortable risking 1,000, 2,000, 200, 300. You can make it work. It just has to work for you. Don't step out of your comfort zone. And for me, 400 works for me. Now that I've kind of increased my count up a little bit, I'm probably going to step it up to maybe $500, $600 a trade. And if I'm not ready for it and I find it's not working for me, then I will scale it back down to 400. And so it's all about adjusting and finding what works for you in this game. Uh, there, something else I want to mention. Oh, it'll come back to me. So with that all said, I'm gonna show you a few websites that I think are really beneficial to any beginner. We got Finviz over here, finviz.com, awesome website, free of charge, no cost to you. A good way to find stocks that are kind of already in the run. So on the left right here, we got top gainers. On the right, we got losers. They got a screener, which is awesome. You can just go in here, just type in all, click on all, and then you can just search for stocks. And so we look for something under like $5, and you just search for criteria that meets what you're looking for. And that'll come with experience and time. You'll find what you like, what you think is a good trade. You can enter all that. You can enter all that information in here, and then it'll pop up with stuff all down here that meets your criteria. Next website we got, great for beginners, how the market works. Now this is a way to virtual trade, and virtual trade just pretty much means that you create an account, go to this website, create an account, and they give you like $10,000 of fake money, or however much money you want. You can put on how much money you want, and you can just trade. Now, granted, the quote is 15 minutes late, but who cares? Like, the whole point of the game is that you're kind of getting your feet wet. For me, when I started out, I didn't think to do this first. I actually just jumped into the game, and I got burnt really bad. Like, I lost a lot of money, and that was real money, not fake money. But I mean, I look at it today now as it was an expensive lesson because I learned a ton from that time period in my life. So, but I take it from me. Start off with virtual trading first because it's going to help you out a lot. Now, you're not going to take as much from it as you would real money because, of course, real money is going to be more psychological to you, and you're going to take what you're going to take your losses a lot more serious with real money than you are with a virtual account. And so, just try your best to pretend like this account is real because that's how it's going to pay off in the end. If you pretend like this is real, then it'll help out in the long run. A good thing to realize too is that you're gonna in the stock market you're gonna learn a lot more from your losses than you do from your winners. Some people, you know, go into the mindset that, oh man, I'm gonna get into the stock market and I'm gonna get 100%, 200%, 300%, like this one right here where it was like a 300% gain. No, I didn't intentionally go into this trade hoping for a 300% gain. What I did was I went into the trade hoping for a 10% gain, 20% gain, and then I was going to pull my money. That was all I was hoping for, was a quick 30, 40 bucks. But what happened was, as I scaled in, I noticed like the stock was holding up really well. There was really no reason for me to get out, so I kept in the trade. Quick thing to remember is just do not get greedy in this game. If you get greedy, it will kill you. It will kill you faster. It will make your account blow up faster than you can say blow up. Like really. Uh, just don't get greedy. Take your gains small, and the quick 10, 20% gains, they will add up. You get 50, 40 bucks here and there, you'll be surprised at how much that snowballs and creates a decent account size. Next one I like to share is Investors Hub. Investors Hub is an awesome website. Some people, are kind of biased against it, but I like it just to use it to find kind of momentum stocks. Like I said, that's kind of what I play off of is momentum. Need to see the stock moving for me to get into it. You can go to the breakout boards, and it'll just show you all these stocks that are kind of just running, that are up like really big. Look at all this green right here, and you can kind of just go off of that. Now, I will say on a side note to this that this is a forum, and you'll see people talking back and forth. Just don't pay attention to what the people are saying most of the time because most of the time it's just crap. They'll call for a stock to go to like $6 or $1,000 when the stock is only trading at like 3 cents. It's crap. Don't listen to anything anyone ever has to say on here. You'll see a bunch of pumpers and people that are talking the stock up in hopes of it to gain a lot. So yeah, Investors Hub, great website. Utilize it, but don't pay attention to what people are saying. We got Investorspedia, awesome website too. Great for it's pretty much just the Wikipedia of the stock market. So you're gonna, you can type in anything. So we got here with volume. So we talked about that earlier, that search volume. So it comes up with volume definition, and you got it right there. Blah 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 blah. You can search anything about a stock market, and this website, it'll give it to you. Next website, we got Stock Charts. Stock Charts is a great website to look up charts. I use it just if I want to quickly see something where it's at. Charts will come later on in a video. I'll probably make one later on down the road. Great to use. You got to use charts. This is actually a Chinese candlestick chart, but like I said, we'll get into that another time. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, all I can say from here out is just if you get into the stock market, don't get greedy. Take your gains while you have them, and just pay attention to what's going on. Don't take your losses seriously, and also don't hold on to a loss. Don't hold on to a stock and think it's going to go back up. I made that mistake when I was just getting into the stock market, and it killed me. If a stock goes against you, get out. And I'll give you an example right here. So from the 1st of January to the 8th of February, I had 7 winning stocks, and I had my first loss just like I think it was like Friday or last Thursday. And it was only 20 bucks. And the reason it was 20 bucks is because I just didn't feel comfortable. I felt like the trade was going to work against me. I got in at 0.071 of a penny, and I got out like not even like a penny later, because a penny later would have killed me. I got out at 0.07, so 7 on the dot. And I did that just because I felt the trade was not working in my favor. You got to get out when you feel the trade is not working in your favor. Don't be stubborn. Like, really, don't be, because it will kill you. If you're not comfortable, then you need to get out. You'll burn commission, and that's fine. But it's better to burn like 14 bucks than to lose the whole trade. And like, for example, I got it. Like I said, I got out at 7. If we look back at the chart, I got out like right here, and when I felt it was going against me, or like right here, I think it was, and look, it just kept going down. So once you feel the trade is working against you, get out. You can always get back in. All right, so I hope this, maybe influenced you to start trading. Um, I know it wasn't much, but like I said, this was just an intro to the whole game, and I wish you luck.